Hi everyone, I'm Vicki from the Eagle's Nest, and today we're going to do some work in the journal. Okay, I had this envelope and we're going to put a covering there. So I found this, I thought this would work well. So we're going to have to measure it up. I think I'm just going to come to here. So I need to cut that off. So let me just take my scissors, a little nip here, a nip there, we go. I'm gonna put this right here. So, pencil. I'm just gonna mark where I need to cut it. It doesn't matter if the edges show. It's probably almost better to leave it that way to make it intentional. I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cut it like right here. And right here. Hopefully it will work out when I get done. Okay, I'm going to use the guillotine. I just find this quicker. If you don't have one, you can use a paper trimmer. You can use a knife and a ruler. Okay. I see one mark right there. The other one should be near. Is that the mark? Or is that just a leaf? What have I done? Okay, it was going this way. So I marked it. Oh boy, don't you hate this? I probably should have done it from the other side. Let's just do it from the other side. Much, much easier. So I'm going to cut it here. Push this up because that's where it's going to be, more or less. Mark it there. Make this cut first. Now, if you had directional paper, you would have to pay attention to that. Well, that's weird. This is where you have to hope it works out, because this is the paper that I had earmarked. Okay, let's just move it back up here. A little long. I'm gonna take a little more off of that. Right? Just a little, just a tiny bit. Okay, and now let's mark it this way on this side to make sure. So I'm going to go here. Okay, hold it there. So let's go here and here. And hope for the best. It doesn't matter, it's going to go there no matter what, so it's just nice when it works out. So, okay. There's that. We don't need these, but that we can save. Can probably make a tag. I'm going to ink these edges so that when it's not all the way, then it's kind of looks a little more finished. I like to do my edges like this, the sides, just to make them so that if the paper doesn't fit 100%, and most of the time, you know, it doesn't, so you're always prepared. Here we go. Now, when you glue this, make sure, I lost my paper. Make sure that you don't put glue here. So instead of gluing, I'm going to glue around the side, the edges, just to make sure the edges are covered. And then I'm going to glue this. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to use the Uhu. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter on this piece, but if you had directional, well, it is kind of directional. Make sure you position it correctly. So I'm gonna do this edge just to make sure the edges are done. And here. Okay. And then we're going to do the envelope. Somehow we're doing this because we're not taking it all the way to the edge, and we glued the edge of that. We don't have to go all the way here. We just want to go here. This is what we want to get. And actually, this needs to be done well so that when you're sliding a tag in there, it doesn't get caught. So I'm going to slide this in so that I can come all the way to the edge. Oops, get in there. Okay. I have to force cooperation here. Okay, that looks good. Get all of this. The way you glue something can be important because you want to make sure you get edges and you don't want to overdo something and glue something together. Okay, so this is going here. So there we go. And last minute, I'm going to put the thumb hole. Just to indicate that it's a pocket. Okay, and this is how you take care of an envelope. Always make sure that you didn't glue it together. So you see how the edges are not, well, if it was white, it would look, you know, but it was already coffee stained, so it was not too bad. And then, oh, here's these that we did. Let's go ahead and finish those. Let's put the lid on the glue stick and the lid on the ink. The ink's not that important, not that critical. So I have my embossing thing, and I'm going to go ahead and make a crease. You could just fold it without doing this. You could, if you had like your bone folder or something, just go over it just to make a line. But I've got this, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to just go down here, fold it back. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm only going to put one of these in this book. And it's probably going to be the sunflower. This one can go in another journal. Just wanted to show you that. There you have it. This bone folder. I was going to go ahead and just crease this. Believe it or not, this makes a lot of difference. Really makes it lay flat. Okay, this is something else we need to address, but let's find a spot for that. Let's go into the second signature. Sometimes the first signature gets all the attention, And the other two don't have as many cute things. Well, that one looks... let me see. That looks cute. Because we're going to glue this on the edge right here and make that a flip out. I think that's fine right there. So I'm going to use the glue stick, and then I'm going to use some art glitter glue just for security, because this is heavy. It doesn't hurt to you know, use something a little bit stronger, although the glue stick might hold it just fine. But since I have it, I'm just going to use it. Oh, shoot. You know what I just did? I just glued the wrong side. Where, oh, where? Wipe it off. You know, I was wondering why I had inked that, if I was just going to glue it. Oh, boy. Well, that's going to have to dry. Oh, boy. And I put a lot on there, too. Oh, dear. Let's fold that. Let me tell you what. You know, some people would just start over and not even show you this, but you need to see all the mistakes that we make and what we do to correct them. Well, I'm going to have to move on. I hope that doesn't glue down. Let's go fast. Okay, this is the correct side that we're supposed to be gluing. Put a lot on there. Peel it up. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead with this. Okay, now this is going here. I'm putting it in the middle. You don't have to. You can put it higher or lower. Okay, I've got to kind of hold this. Well, now you see how strong the glue is, so don't think we have to worry about it. So I'm just going to go ahead with that. Here's my tool. Okay. So once this dries, I think it's going to be just fine. Okay. If not, I'll figure out something. I would put like powder on that, talcum powder, but I think it'll be okay. It's just going to be kind of hard to work in here now. Let's just... wish I had a small plastic or a piece of wax paper or a piece of vellum. I don't, so I'm going to have to use that, my glue mat. Okay, that's that. We were going to do envelopes. Okay, so let's shoot for no mistakes on this. I found this. I thought that went well. And I'm going to probably lightly ink it to give it a more neutral tone and not the stark white. So, same thing. I'm going to turn it over. Let's do it this way and mark it on the back. So, that one is fine like that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the edges. Mark it here. Well, no. Well, let's mark it here. I've got to make that cut. I am going to just take the scissors and go up that way, and there. I'm going to mark this side and make that cut first. And get this cut off. Okay, I am using a piece of cardstock. You could probably use, you know, copy paper. Would be okay. I just think this is thick, so this is more matching. But you could. Now I gotta gather my thoughts here. Okay, this was going this way. Okay, that looks good right there. Pencil, and I'm gonna mark it there. And I'm gonna chop this off. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so this will be going here. Again. Oh, let me cover my glue. I am using Vintage Photo, which is pretty much what I'm always using. Although I do have some other browns. I have Ground Espresso as well. But ever since I got the Vintage Photo, that's the one I pretty much use. Just get the edge here. And I'm going to do this edge as well. And I think I'm going to cut the thumb hole if I remember. And I'm going to take this and just kind of lightly go over this just to tone it down. Give it a more vintage feel. I mean, if you wanted to use another color ink, you could use a blue as well as this. I just don't have one right here. Well, that's peacock feathers. It's not. Broken china. I do have some broken china. It's stress oxide. And that doesn't look like the right dauber. That could be. And we'll just put a little, you know, here and there. Oh, the thumb hole. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to put this way. That decision will be made once I punch the thumb hole. There we go. This is my 2-inch circle punch. I do have a larger one, which would give you which I could have used, but this is fine. Doesn't really matter. Can't find my dauber. And just a little. Okay, I don't want to overdo it. Sometimes people get carried away, and next thing you know, there's too much. Then you gotta fix that. So, again, going to glue the edges here. I'll just go around these edges here. Excuse me. Okay. I can't stop the video. I have to carry on. I mean, I could stop it, but Then you have to start editing. Ah, this is the worst. The worst. Okay, let's get this in here. Let's just go like that. There we go. Just for this edge. Okay, again, we don't need to go all the way to the edge on here because we went on there, so otherwise you'd have to get out a, a piece of paper to put under there. So we're good. Good there. Got that. Okay. Got the right side. Okay. And this goes right on here. There we go. And if you didn't get all the way here, you could use your art glitter glue to finish that off, but that's good. There we go. Okie dokie. Check the time. Okay, now I also had this one. I'm going to go ahead and just ink this. Before I even get my sheet of paper over here to measure it. I guess I could have measured it off screen, but some people just like to see everything. All my mistakes. Okay. And then I had this sheet. This was a coordinating sheet out of the same pad as the other one, so it's similar. So, let's see. I'm going to cut it here. And here. Okay, now we got to bring out the big boy. This blade is just kind of dull. I mean, these are nice, but and it doesn't always. Okay, enough of that. Which is the one? This one. Okay. Before we do too much work and then it's the wrong one. Okay, this is going to go like so. Again, let's turn it over. A pencil. I was just looking for it. We're going to mark it. Oh, here and here. Sometimes things aren't square. An envelope, you'd think it would be square, but no, not necessarily. Okay, my marks. There they are. Keep my eye on them. One is there, and the other is there. So, can't look at it. Okay. I can use that for something. This is going to go here. I'm going to hit this because it's going to show. So you make it look like it's supposed to be there. Okay, again, let's make the punch. This will be here. I'm just going to eyeball this. All these little doodads in here, you could take those out and use them as embellishments later on. Okay, anchor up. This looks more like a blue-gray. Doesn't have as much of a blue, so I'm not going to use the blue ink on it. This will be fine just the way it is. We don't have to match those. They're not, there's no rules. This is a separate page. Let it be its own person. Okay. And that's going here. Okay, again, we're going to then I have a sheet. Okay, this one's going to go in here, I think. Yes. This one we'll use here. And hit these edges. Okay. Yep. And we'll go here, get this edge. Okay. On these glue sticks, you want to press firmly but not hard, because then it smashes and then the glue smashes out. So don't press too hard, but don't go too light. You can feel it if you got a good coverage, because that's all you want, good coverage. Especially on this, because this is cardstock. Okay. Get it on there. Push, push. Okay. Oh. Well, that one's a little crooked. But I don't think anyone's going to notice it. And if you're really concerned about it, run a piece of lace. There's things you can do to cover up stuff. There's always the cover up. Okay. So we have that. And this side, you can either cover it with paper, like copy paper if you had a, let's see, I don't have anything sitting here, a DigiKit cover, or you could do whatever you want. Stencil it, take your dauber and cover it. Okay, let's go back to this mess. This might be a to be seen. It's not drying. So we're gonna just let it dry, then I'll see what I need to do. It'll dry. If I have to take this and get it off, I just don't want to take up the paper. I just want it to dry. I think it'll dry and be fine. I truly do. Then it'll look like this. And you have the pocket. Did we leave a pocket there? Yes, there's also a pocket up here. Let's see, here's a tag, I think. I don't think we made it last time, I think. I don't see those tags we just made. But we will be working on those on the next video. So, we have that, and we covered the envelopes. And you have your pockets. And we also covered this one. So, I think that's all for today. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day.